Hey friends, happy Friday, 22nd of December. Nice to be with you. I'm Father Bill Hill, priest at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. I'm going to share with you a reflection on the daily readings. The readings are linked down below. Click the link, read the readings prayerfully, and then turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. We are in the home stretch. Here we go. Christmas is right around the corner. God help us all. Make sure that you know what time you're headed to Mass. Remember, Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, going to be jammed. If you come, make sure you get your flexibility, your patience, and your ability to be really, really close to your neighbor. Mass at night and Mass on Christmas Day will definitely have fewer people and a little bit more elbow room. But wherever, I look forward to praying with you over these next few days. Still in Advent time, right? Like, oh man, we can taste Christmas, we can taste all of the goodness, but Advent time is still with us, watching and waiting in joyful hope for the Lord to come. Still, the Lord wants to give us a little bit more of watching, of vigiling, of staying alert as we wait for his coming. Reading from the first book of Samuel and Luke's Gospel today. So today we have the birth of Samuel, that prophet who anoints David as king, right? King David, line of the kings that extends to Jesus. And of course, Samuel, the rest of this story, right, or the story before, is that Hannah was praying in the temple, and the priest Eli thought that she was drunk because she was just heartbroken, and she was pouring out her heart to the Lord. And now she comes back, and she has given birth to a child, and she is not barren, but indeed God has looked upon her and filled her with the grace, the things that she was hoping for. And she gives this child in dedication to God, that God will use this child in whatever way. Definitely, we would use different styles of child rearing in these days, but that is kind of part of this story. The psalm response is Hannah's prayer of gratitude to God. And I especially invite you, I encourage you to pray the psalm response today. The reason is because the gospel is what we call the Magnificat. It gets that name from the Latin word that begins it. And this is used at evening prayer in the Liturgy of the Hours. So, folks that pray evening prayer are very familiar with this prayer. So that's why it's one of those that's known by a one-word title. So the word in a different translation, my soul magnifies the Lord, Magnificat. And so I think that in the translation that we have, my soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. But anyway, that's why it's called the Magnificat. The prayer of Mary in Luke's Gospel that we have today echoes, riffs on, freestyles on the prayer of Hannah. And it's challenging, I am a well-fed, comfortable, middle-class human. And that should always fill us with a little bit of uncomfortability in the gospel. And one of the taglines of how to preach well is to comfort the afflicted and to afflict the comfortable. And I am the comfortable, right? So a few of the lines in Hannah's prayer. The bows of the mighty are broken, while the tottering gird on strength. The well-fed hire themselves out for bread, while the hungry batten on spoil. The barren wife bears 7 sons, while the mother of many languishes. Always about the reversal of our God, and God who is tender-hearted and with the poor and those who actually are in need, right? The challenge with comfortability is that we so often worship ourselves and do not need God. And Mary is going to get even more aggressive in the Magnificat, right? So let's turn to that now. God has shown the strength of his arm. Has shown the strength of his arm. He has scattered the proud in their conceit. He has cast down the mighty from their thrones and has lifted up the lowly. He has filled the hungry with good things, while the rich he has sent away empty. Just that reminder that God so often sides with those who are most in need. And we might think of that first line of the Beatitudes of Jesus in Matthew's Gospel. Blessed are the poor in spirit, and especially to be people who are simple, humble, and aware of our need for God is an incredibly powerful place for us to be. So what's the Word doing in your heart? What do you need to have a conversation with God about on this Friday day in order to pray with these well? Read the readings, turn off the screen, spend some time with God. Figure out your Christmas plan. Look forward to praying with you. Pray for peace in this world. Pray for folks that are having a hard time. God bless y'all.